here we go. This is Old Ken.
And this is not a spring chicken. Today we're going to talk to you about, this is a tradition, isn't it?
Yeah, we do it every year.
Well, not only our tradition, but it's a tradition for many.
It's a tradition for everybody, but we do it work. We do it badly, so.
It's called How to Write and Keep a New Year's Resolution.
I've never known anybody that ever kept a New Year's resolution. I've been here for around 80 moons, folks, and I've never seen that.
Well, you know, I think a lot of it is people think they resolve at the beginning of the year what they're going to do the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But there will also be people that say for a new habit, because actually if you're trying to change your behavior, you're trying to develop a new habit, it takes 21 days,
Ooh.
right? You do it for 21 days and then it starts to become a habit. So.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah, you know that one.
I'm a veterinarian.
So,
I don't know these things.
How to write and keep a New Year's resolution. So, first of all, are you even making a New Year's resolution?
I would never make a New Year's resolution because I've never known anybody who could keep one, so I didn't bother with them.
And they're like, what you're talking about? See, if you're watching this, you are probably intending to write a New Year's resolution.
I'm going to be a better person next year than I was last year. And anything would be better than what I was last year, so
Because the goal, a lot of times with New Year's resolutions is, a New Year's resolutions, even if you don't plan on keeping it, is better than no resolution because at least you'll advance. But here's the problem.
I'm a bad person and I don't make resolutions.
The problem with that philosophy is, number one, is if you create a New Year's resolution with the intent to follow through.
Okay, then that's the legal definition. If you intend to enact, okay, I intend to do this, I actually am going to do this.
And you're planning on doing it. So part of it is you just start, you know, it's like, yeah, you talk to people, they said, well, how did you stop smoking? And you said,
I threw the cigarettes away.
Yeah, and I chose each day not to smoke.
That's a simple way.
That's a simple way. You just throw them away. You don't buy anymore.
That's the same thing with drinking. You know, I choose not to drink today. I can, but I choose not to.
So you can choose every day to keep your New Year's resolution, and also it doesn't only happen on New Year's. It can start on birthdays.
Yeah.
Right. They're usually milestones.
It can come like if you. If you actually it happens a lot when you get married. Well, I'm not going to go out with any more girls now that I'm married. That's one you better keep.
That one you better keep.
It'll be a smart one, you know, but a lot of guys make, I can absolutely guarantee you, I have a lot of females in my family. You know, he told me he promised never to go out with another woman because as long as we're married.
Yeah.
She said, is that good? I actually had one of my cousins tell me that. I said, I don't think so. Because he married you, faith, honor, and obey, you know. And say, well, I promise I'm never going to go out with another woman while I'm married to you. That's not quite the resolution you want to hear, a newlywed say.
Yeah. Number 2, write it down.
Well, she writes everything down, so.
Well, you know, remember that you see in the old school things where they say, I will not tell a lie.
1,000 times.
1,000 times. I will not.
I used to fill chalkboards up, I will not do this, I will not do that. And then I'd go out and do it as soon as I left the
But there's something about putting it in the physical act of writing it down.
Just pissed off all the cool school kids I knew of.
with your brain that actually makes it stick a little bit more than typing it on the computer.
Yeah, well, because you forget about it. Well, if you got it written down, it's like writing in the palm of your hand. I will pay my bills this month. Oh, and it's indelible ink. Why did I put that there?
Yeah, write it down. Actually, I'm going to change it to this. After write it down, I'm going to say post. Actually, no, I'm not going to go out of order. I'll say number 3 is be realistic. So be realistic about your New Year's resolutions. Instead of saying, I'm going to lose weight.
But no one ever managed to survive that one.
Yeah, you need to be more specific or be more realistic.
Now what you got to do is you tell them how many pounds you're going to take off. You got to have, on that you have to be goal oriented. Say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds of weight, which is realistic in a year.
So when you're being realistic, I want to lose 10 pounds by December 31st.
Yeah.
Okay, but say I'm going to lose 10 pounds by January 31st is probably...
It's not realistic because the most you can lose is like a pound a week.
and you actually can lose more, but usually it's not as healthy for you, and you tend to gain it back.
I think 2 pounds, 2+ pounds a week is the maximum you can lose. But then you're not going to be very healthy. So
Yeah.
it means in a month you can't lose. You cannot safely lose 10 pounds of weight in a month, no matter what you want to try.
Well, and then also when you be realistic, and we're picking weight because weight's very quantifiable, and it's also New Year's resolution.
And it's the one that is the most unrealistic one that people can do. I mean, say I'm going to be a better person this year than I was last. That's easier to keep than the losing the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And be realistic, or say, the person loved, you like chocolate bonbons? Well, I'm not going to eat chocolate bonbons, and you basically, you kill for chocolate bonbons. That's an unrealistic one, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We got bonbons in the icebox too, so.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
So that be realistic, I mean, because if you're realistic, at least you set yourself up for success. If you're unrealistic, you actually do set yourself up for failure and a lot of frustration.
That's right. That's why the most, as far as I know, most New Year's resolutions are all unrealistic. They totally do things that they know they can't keep. Don't do something you know you even have a shot at.
Well, actually, there's one I should add, is that these should be your New Year's resolutions. They should not be somebody else's resolutions for you.
Well, yeah. Like my wife, I know, you're going to be a better husband this year. You're going to be a better father this year.
See, when you put your resolutions on somebody else, they never quite...
They don't work because
Yeah.
it's not something they were intending to do anyway, so.
Yeah. Number 4, be specific. Remember we said, like, for example, losing weight and being realistic. I'm going to lose, let's say 10 pounds by December 31st, 2010.
I'm going to cut back to smoking 1 package of cigarettes a day, or drinking one, I drink 1 bottle of beer a day. That's my realistic.
Now, see, part of it, the part about weight is, for example, you want to lose 10 pounds and keep it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like, oh, July 1st came and you already lost 10 pounds, so now you can get it back.
No, that's what happens. You have to, once you've lost it, you have to maintain it. It's just like, we'll honestly tell you, we would like her to be 10 pounds lighter, but we get her there and she can't keep it down at that weight because she likes to eat. So exercise has nothing to do with her case.
Like, they know I like to eat.
They know you like to eat. She does exercise. She basically walks a lot. She walks for miles, and she does wiggle a lot, folks. She dances and wiggles. So.
Actually, part of it is if I lose, I have to watch how I lose my weight, because if I lose too much in certain areas, for example, my ribs start showing.
Yeah, and we've never been able to figure out how to symmetrically lose weight, so that's one of those things. It's an expectation, but it's an unrealistic thing, because we've never been able to figure out how to lose the weight exactly where it needs to be lost. It doesn't work that way, like we can't lose the weight.
Well, they'll give you spot exercises to, work on your arms and do different
But then they end up building our underarms up, so.
Well, yeah, which is part of...
That's the problem when people are trying to lose, they're trying to lose weight to get in shape, like they want to get into a dress. It's almost impossible to lose the weight in that area, because what happens is where you're losing the weight in that area, something else is changing. So, like my waistline is 34 inches. It's been 34 inches since I was on. I would like it to be lower, but what happens is because I have big thighs from being an athlete and stuff, and dancer, I can't get pants for 32-inch waistline over my legs. So I'm stuck.
Oh.
So I stick around 34.
Mm-hmm. Which makes it a whole lot easier. Number 5, I will say, this is called Post-it. Because if you make your New Year's resolutions and then you stick it in your drawer, you never see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
Okay, post it on the wall of the office or where you work, and they say, is that big fat something that we always gotten any smaller? No.
Well, post it whether it's on the refrigerator at your house. Post it whether it's in your planner, on your cell phone, on your computer. Put it somewhere where you're going to see it.
Yeah, because I do know that my grandmother would basically call up all the places that my grandfather would go to eat before he'd come home.
Are you serious?
And he says, is Wilhelm in there eating, that wimpy burger and French fries? And they say, is Wilhelm here? And That was my grandmother's idea of making certain, that was before posting it. She would just call all, she knew that he basically had a problem with his weight, and it was because,
he liked to eat?
Well, no, yeah, because during World War II, he was an industrial designer for a war machine for airplanes. He simply would, before he'd come home, he'd go over to the hamburger place and they did have hamburger places back in the 1940s, folks. He'd have basically chicken fried hamburger, yeah, which basically, you know what that does to a person's weight. With chicken fried fries and then a malt shake. And she'd make certain that every place she knew that he went, if my husband comes in, will you please notify me because he is on a diet, the doctor has said. So that was her version of posting it.
Number 6, break it down to smaller, achievable goals. So for example, if you're going to lose 10 pounds by the end of the year, 10 pounds may seem like a lot. Well, actually, to some people it may seem like a dream. To some people it's like, oh, that's not that much. But
it is, because we've actually broke it down to try to get 1 pound down at a time and keep it down without changing the way the body looks.
Yeah.
Without changing the food eating. It's because most people know she had a busted neck, so there's things that she cannot do for exercise. So you have to be specific with her, and so we understand breaking it down in specific goals because this is what we have done.
So when you're breaking it down to smaller achievable goals, if you're saying 10 pounds by the end of the year, there's 12 months, 10 pounds, you lose.
You can
just say 1 pound a month.
You can do 1 pound, 1 pound a month and keeping it off. That's an achievable goal for anybody because, another way you do it is you don't drink as much liquids. Because you realize how many glasses of tea it takes to add a pound of weight to your system, and if it's cold tea, it doesn't get off.
That's right. And also there's a lot of people that think, oh, I'm drinking a beverage, so there's no calories.
It's weight.
Yeah. Wine still has calories.
Yeah.
Beer still has calories.
Yeah.
Right?
Calories.
Mixed drinks.
Now they got calories. A fruit drink has calories.
Actually, a lot of those flavored drinks have calories, and you're thinking, oh, they don't have calories.
Think about it. You're
basically, have 160 calories.
You're adding to your system because what happens, we like McDonald's iced tea,
Oh, remember when I saw how many calories that was?
It had the most calories of anything that they have on their drink menu, and we'll sit there and have 2 or 3 at a time.
But it is so good. It's their Mickey D sweet teas. Yeah. But it had, I remember I'm not even going to tell you. It was
other than the ice cream, then it's the most calorie drink they got in the business.
Okay, so after I found that out, it's like I couldn't drink there for at least 2 weeks.
Well, actually, what happened was we stopped counting calories. We were counting calories, really diligently counting calories. Then we saw that Mickey D sweet tea are because but there's nothing in McDonald's like the Mickey D. We know people that go in if it's empty. They go in when they know it's full and when they got to replace, which is what we did.
Yeah, but see, part of it is it doesn't stay with you as long, and the honey is actually good for your system.
Honey is good for you.
So even though it had all those calories,
yeah. See, she's hyperglycemic. She has to have it. She needs it in her system, and that basically because we'll also sit in a place and do work, so we're basically burning the stuff off while we're not eating food, maybe French fries or something, but that's about it. Because anybody, be specific. Well, we don't eat the supersized fries. we stopped.
No, actually, we only eat the supersized fries if we share.
Yeah, that's right. Right, and we will share Angus burger with all the stuff on it too. Of course, the other day we did share a complete family, 2 of us, complete family meal over a Del Taco for 2 people.
Well, see, part of it is you understand the challenge, which some of you have experienced probably, is you want to change, but you still want to do all the stuff you enjoy.
Yeah, and we'll go to the latest thing. Add to this, the government basically has required people now to put calorie labels on all of their food at fast food restaurants as of today, I think.
Are you serious?
And they've discovered that in everywhere they've done it in a 2-year pilot study, what people are doing is they're cutting back on the calories of something and then adding up to something else that's even worse for them.
Oh, is that like the person that works out and then goes get a banana split?
Oh,
because they did the workout
I can tell you, I knew a person, a young lady that had an exercise show. Every day after the exercise show, she'd go into one of my mother's restaurant and order like a double malted, the largest hamburger, the largest fries, and chili to put on top of it. And then she'd go out to the car, and in her car she'd have a 6-pack of beer, a gallon of ice cream, and a cake. That was what she did after her exercise show, so it didn't help.
Yeah. Number 7. Put it in pictures.
Oh yeah, she's got a lot of pictures. So do I. Yeah, okay. You can see the heavier, not a spring chicken. You can see the heavier old cam, and you can see. You know, I go up and down like a yo-yo on camera.
Well, the reason why they say to put in pictures, and actually, Joyce Schwartz wrote a book about this, and I used to do. Actually, should I say this? This is bad. It's like I used to do this all the time. Is you put up like your goals and things that you wanted to do, right? Things, places you wanted to be. You put it in pictures. Now, for example, if you're losing weight, you put it in pictures. One picture is what you look like right now.
Yeah.
One picture is what you're probably what you hope to look like 10 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
So, what you do is you take the picture and you stretch it.
Yeah.
So you look a little bit lighter. And then you look at both pictures.
Yeah.
The other way that may also help you is if you put a picture of you in a bikini.
Yeah.
Well, for a lot of people, see, you see me in a bikini all the time, and I do pay attention because I need to be able to wear a bikini every day.
Yeah.
Because if I can't, then, and we're supposed to be shooting in a bikini, then we can't really shoot that day.
Yeah, if she looks, you know, if she looks a little bit tired, we can't do it either. But I'm going to give you another thing in this way of picture. My mother was actually, she won the state title for the Miss America pageant, you know, in the state she was living in. She basically, the thing was, you know, to go to the Miss America pageant, she basically had, she was given a Christian Dior gown, and they thought, oh, my mother basically was, my mother's American Indian, basically, she's sort of, you know, she was well lit, but she was basically like this and solid. And my mother wanted to dress, you know, that, you know, if she wanted to dress for now and a dress for, you know, when she got in shape. And Dior wouldn't do it. Dior told her, if I give you a multiple set of dresses, you're just going to pass it back and forth between them.
Right.
So he designed a dress that she had to get into. He said, you know, like, you got too much, you only have to lose this to get into it, but that's the only, if I give you multiple sizes, you're going to wear multiple sizes, and that's not going to help you. Just one size. What she was shooting for was a realistic goal, and she basically, you know,